Today, we're going to be talking about the returning GoWiWi along with 2 other witch attack strategies and how you can earn more 3 stars with them. What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt, and today we're going to be talking all on witches and how you can earn more 3 stars with them within this current meta. Now, we're going to be starting off here with the returning GoWiWi using the super wizards and the new log launcher. And a lot of you guys may think that the log launcher is not that good. Well, you guys will see how exactly this attacker here will be able to use a log launcher with witches. So first and foremost, this is a traditional Zap witches. So you always want to try and look at a couple things. For instance, you want to look to see what infernos should you get rid of with the lightning spells. 4 lightning and 1 earthquake is enough to get rid of an inferno tower, so keep that in mind. So we're going to get rid of 2 of them. That way what we're able to do is then focus in on getting rid of the town hall, eagle artillery, and the 3rd multi-inferno if there is a 3rd multi. If not, there could be a single target, then you don't need to worry about it. But those are going to be your 3 next things to get rid of. Now, in terms of this is where either using a wall wrecker or using the log launcher is a better option. The log launcher will actually do more, well, it will do damage over time because of the logs continuously spawning. That way what you're able to do is get damage on other defenses from a range and not just right then and there with the wall wrecker. And you're able to use that log launcher to open walls all the way up towards the town hall. That is incredibly powerful stuff. So if we're getting rid of these compartments here with the lightning spells, then what we want to do with the rest of our attack is to funnel out here and to push our way in while using the log launcher and with everything pushing in from around this 9 o'clock compartment. That just really gets you guys into the understanding of how you can apply the log launcher to these attacks, along with just, using the super wizards with the witches. So you'll see that we're going to be starting off by using the lightning spells in order to get rid of defensive structures and also other buildings around there, just to make it a little bit easier for pathing purposes. So that's really all we're doing here. We're just using the lightning spells to create pathing. And that is exactly what you should be trying to do if you're using the Zap Mass Witch or if you're using this GoWiWi variation. That's exactly what you really want to try and consider, is just creating a funnel. That's exactly what you want, so you can control your witches and controlling where they're going. So now you'll see we're going to be starting off with the witches, the golems, and then we're going to be using the super wizards with the log launcher. Now, the super wizards we're going to place very strategically, very surgically around the base, I should be saying. That way what we're able to do is provide a bit more of a funnel and also to get some really nice chain from their special ability. Now, as you can see from here, we've got the log launcher. The log launcher is dealing a lot of damage, including onto defensive structures. This way, what it allows us to do is not just damage them, but also damage the walls. Even though it is losing health, we're still able to get right over into that town hall compartment, thanks to the log launcher opening up a long amount of walls, thanks to the range of it. And that way, what you're able to use is you're able to use the rest of your troops to power into the town hall compartment, and that way what you're able to do is then get that 3-star. So what you can see from here is that we used the warn ability earlier to protect everything, and we're able to get everything right towards that town hall to take it down. Now you'll see from at this point, we've got a super wizard with witches on this side and with a couple witches on the other side, and we're just trying to then clean up the rest of the base. This is the only example I really have here for you guys on this variation, but it just goes to show that the new super wizard is really changing the meta. So if you guys are interested in using GoWiWi again here at Town Hall 12, now is the time. Let's also go ahead and go over a couple other witch attacks that have slightly changed a little bit thanks to the use of 2 super troops. With the use of 2 super troops, you're now able to use the super giants with another super troop. For instance, the super wall breaker. Usually you had to choose between either the super wall breaker or the super giant, but now you can use both of them. The main reason to why you're going to be seeing a lot more super giant with witches is because of their 10 housing space and 4,200 health for that amount of housing space, making them a bit more valuable to bring. And even if they get taken down, it really doesn't matter because you have 9 of them compared to bringing 6 ice golems or 3 golems. And that's exactly what you really want to try and consider. So in this army composition here, we're using them along with the super wall breakers. The super wall breakers are going to be used to break open multiple compartments and make it easier for everything to push towards the town hall. Now, in this case as well, is we want to try and take a look at the defensive structures. What are our main key objectives? Very similar to what I've explained before, but we're using the lightning spells to get rid of 2 Inferno towers. Then we want to take a look at the Eagle Artillery, Inferno, and Town Hall, see where they're placed, and if they're in a good spot where we can send in either the Wall Wrecker, Log Launcher, or the rest of our army to push through. Since we can open up the base using super wall breakers and a jump, then we're able to get over to the Town Hall very quickly. So that kind of really sums up exactly what you should be doing with this. So you want to start by using the lightning spells. Typically, if you're going to be using the lightning spells, try to place them over multiple structures, not just the Inferno. You want to try and weaken up others and also get rid of any other buildings that are weak to a couple lightning spells. Now, after this stage, you're then just able to send in your super giants and also your witches kind of in a line here. That way you're able to enter in. Now, sometimes you may need to use the Warren ability a bit early. Like in this case here, we have to use that Warren ability a bit early, even though it could have easily been a misclick and he might have not wanted to pop the Warren ability too early. So just keep that in mind when you're using attacks like this, but you will be able to still enter in the base. In this case here, we've got super giants acting as the tanks, which they're still up and they're staying alive, while using a couple super giants along with the king on the other, with the hog riders, witches, and wizards with the queen going in for the town hall. That's everything that's really going on. So if I stay zoomed out, you can see that we still have super giants staying alive over here. We've got the hog riders along with the wizards and the queen in order to get rid of the town hall. And we've also got witches along with the barbarian king and the P.E.K.K.A. on the other side. We're able to use all of these in order to get through and get rid of that town hall. Now, in this case here, it looks like it's going to come down all the way to the wire, and it does, thanks to the queen ability, but we're able to still get a lot of really good value since we had so many witches being tanked for by the P.E.K.K.A. And that way we're just able to easily move through the rest of the base. So this is something that you guys may want to consider trying out and using in your attacks, using it with the super wall breakers to break in and the super giants to do a lot of tanking for you. Now, this is not just the only example that we have of using the super giants with the witches. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one with the super giants, but no other super troops, and also with the witches. Even though you're still able to use 2 super troops like the super wall breaker and the super giant, you are not limited on the siege machines that you use. So for instance, the wall wrecker here is a great option. If we were attacking further away from the town hall, we would want to use the log launcher. But in this case, since the wall wrecker doesn't really have a long way to go, we can use the wall wrecker instead, because the log launcher will probably stay up for most of it right towards the town hall. So instead of that, we want to go ahead and use the wall wrecker that has more health, and that way it can get through the base a little bit quicker and get rid of the town hall a little bit faster. That's exactly what we want to try and do. Another thing is we want to make sure that we're taking a look at the other defensive structures. In this case here, we're not going in for the Eagle Artillery. We're not hitting this direction, but instead, we're going to be using the wall wrecker here in order to get rid of the Inferno Tower and the Town Hall. Along with this, we're using the Zap Quake to get rid of the Inferno Towers for pathing, and we're going to be using the flanking witches on this side from the core and on this left side in order to get rid of the Eagle artillery and other defensive structures like even a Tesla farm. So you always want to consider those small factors when you guys are using these attacks. But when you're starting off with using this attack, you want to start by using the lightning spells over the Inferno Towers. 4 lightning, 1 earthquake, like I've talked about throughout the entire video, in order to make sure that you're able to get rid of the Infernos and also making it just a little bit easier for your push in. Now, once you've done that, you're going to be able to use the Super Giants. And again, like I've mentioned, what's nice about having Super Giants is just the total amount of health and how they will be able to take more shots than something where you've got a golem or an ice golem, where yes, they can take quite a bit of shots, but there's not multiple of them, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. So having the Super Giants is incredibly powerful because they even do more damage, which is incredibly nice. Now, as you're sending this attack, you can use the Warden ability to protect the wall wrecker to guarantee you to going into the town hall and making it easier for the rest of your push into the base. And that's exactly what you want to try and do. And in this case here, we did have an alleyway, so we were able to take advantage of it. By getting rid of the town hall with the Ice Golem and P.E.K.K.A., we're able to use the king with a couple witches to get rid of the Eagle artillery here. We've got a 1 witch, a P.E.K.K.A. with the rest of the heroes on the in the core, and we've also got witches on the other side on the flanks. That way what we're able to do is then get them over to the main defense dealing thing that's going to be left up, which is the Tesla farm, mainly consisting of the Teslas with around a couple storages in order to protect that Tesla farm and also to try to hide that Tesla farm away. But outside of that, it's really not a big issue for witches, and it just goes to show right here. Now that really sums up using the Super Giants with the witches. However, let's also take a look at the Super Witches and how you can use them in a Super Witch Slap. Now the final one here is a Super Witch Slap. Now, unlike the Super Witch Smash, you're going to be using this like a traditional Witch Slap that you would do at Town Hall 9. Now, in this case here, we're going to be using Super Witches. We've got 4 of them, so we're going to be using 2 on each side in order to create the funnel. Now, while that's going on, we're going to also be using 2 healers to provide a bit more support with them to keep them alive on the flanks. The other part here is we're also going to be using the Zap Quake method, which is in order to get rid of this part of the base here. So we're able to use the lightning spells over the archer towers, the inferno, and over the air defense in order to get rid of this compartment. And then we're going to use the P.E.K.K.A., or the P.E.K.K.As, I should be saying, along with the heroes and bowlers to move into the base and crush through the rest of it. That's exactly what you want to try and do if you're going to be using this army. So you really want to make sure that you're using the lightning spells first in order to get rid of the air defense along with the other remaining structures like you see here. So by using it here, we're able to get rid of an entire compartment, making it easier for the witches to start moving in. So we're going to be starting by using the Super Witches on each side with healers in order to make sure that they're able to stay alive. And we're going to be doing the same thing over on the other side. So you always want to try and make sure that you're doing this in order that you can create the funnel on the flanks and also to keep your Super Witches alive. Now, while that's going on, you can then go ahead and start using the heroes and starting to move them into the base by funneling out using the P.E.K.K.A. and with the bowlers, you're able to send everything in. And if you have a Super Witch going into the base, that is completely fine too, because you've got even more DPS moving in. So you're going to be using the Warren ability over the P.E.K.K.As, over the bowlers, over the wizards from the Siege Barrack, Hog Riders, and possibly also a Super Witch or 2, going into the base and doing a ton of damage. This is exactly what you want when you're doing this attack. You just want to make sure that you're able to get right over to the Town Hall, which is going to be your main threat. But using the Hog Riders to provide more support on the flanks by using them to support the super witches, and also by supporting your main push. You're able to get towards the town hall, whether you have to use the ability of the queen or not, but you will be able to move through and still earn a 3-star. And this just goes to show how powerful witches are right now. No matter if you look at the returning GoWiWi or coming over to the super witch slap, you're able to use these in different ways and still get 3 stars using one troop, using the witches. Now, I've yet to see a witch or a regular witch and super witch combination, so let me know if you guys want to see that coming up in the future. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and got something away from this. Hopefully it helps you guys understand exactly how you guys can use the super witches, the regular witches with the super giants, and the returning GoWiWi with the super wizards. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow me over on the social, and remember to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow me or join my community Discord server, and go ahead and use code CorruptYT in the Clash Champ shop to save 10% off your purchase. Other than that though, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.